Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Out of Boston, and today I'm back for episode number 9 of my Pittsburgh Pirates franchise series here on MLB 17 The Show. So today we enter the final regular season series of year number 1, 2 games up on the Washington Nationals for that second wildcard spot. We've got a 4-game series against them, so a lot of things could change in these 4 games. Probably the biggest 4 games of the season, and they start out with a critical moment situation, and it's a suicide squeeze attempt from the Nationals to tie up the game in the 9th. Later on in the 9th, 2 men on, Adam Lind at the dish. He strikes out on the fastball from Tony Watson, so the Nationals tie it there. I decided to simulate the rest of the game, and it does not work out in our favor, as Washington is going to end up earning the walk-off victory here in, I believe, the bottom half of the 10th inning. Bottom of the 11th, actually, you can see right there. So Juan Nicasio picking up the loss. The Nationals climb to just 1 game back. Game number 2 of the series. Another loss for the Pirates, and just like that, we are tied with 2 games left to play in the regular season. Game number 161 coming up from Nationals Park, as it is going to be Gerrit Cole against Stephen Strasburg. A very good pitching matchup here for the biggest game of the year so far. And taking a look at Strasburg's numbers, he is rocking a very solid 2.27 ERA, 208 strikeouts, and 190 innings of work, dominating the National League this year. But Adam Frazier getting the start today, leading the game off, ripping that one down the line into the corner right there, as he has got himself a lead-off double. The next batter is going to be Jed Lowry, the 2-2 count from Strasburg. That curve hangs just a little too much, and Lowry to deep center field and gone. A long home run for the former Oakland A, and he puts the Pirates on top 2-0 here in the top half of the first inning. So Strasburg running into troubles early, but now with 2 more guys on and a full count, 2 down in the inning. Harrison flying this one to shallow right field. Harper on the move. He will get over there and make the play, and Strasburg is out of the jam. But 4 men reach, 2-run score, and we head to the bottom half of the first with a 2-0 lead. Gerrit Cole arguably having an even better year than Strasburg is. He has a 2.23 ERA, really dominating the field this year. Definitely looking like a guy we're going to want to lock up if we can moving forward. I have, obviously not done an offseason with this franchise. I haven't done any offseasons in the MLB franchises this year. I don't know how the contracts work. I know in previous years' games, it was definitely doable to lock up a star like Cole on, maybe a more team-friendly extension than the one he might get in real life. So, we'll see if that's the case again this year, or if he's going to get a contract closer to the one he might get on the open market. And, obviously that's going to all depend, but the way he's pitching, the way he's been pitching this year, definitely a guy I would like to keep building around moving forward. He does have, I think, 1 more year. I guess 2013 was his first full season, so I want to say 1 more year. Might be 2 more years, though, before he hits free agency. Honestly, I don't know off the top of my head, but back to the gameplay. He was dominating today, striking out Goodwin right there. On to the bottom half of the 6th now. Zimmerman up, 2 strikes on him. He goes down on the slider, as Cole really just setting the Nationals down, not running into too much trouble throughout, only at 72 pitches through 5 1/3. Striking out Trey Turner right there, 96 on the radar gun. And now into the 7th inning. It is a reliever out there. I think that is Cody Glover for the Nationals. And Lowry poking that one down the left field line. That is going to get into the corner. Frazier rounding 3rd. He is going to end up retreating back to 3rd after a strong throw by the cutoff man. And he will be back in there safely. So it's 2nd and 3rd with 2 men down in the inning for Andrew McCutchen facing the young right-hander Cody Glover. And McCutchen strikes out on the changeup in the dirt, thrown out of first in time. So we head to the bottom half. Still a 2-run game. Washington very much still in this, but 2 down for Adam Lind. And he is going to just take that one looking filthy, filthy sinker from Gerrit Cole. On to the 8th inning now. 2 strikes on Jason Worth. He goes down on the fastball, 96 on the gun, still hitting the upper 90s. Deep into his outing is Gerrit Cole. Another strikeout on the fastball, 97 this time, as Brian Goodwin goes down with a man on. Now all the way into the 9th inning, 2 down. Cole looking for the complete game, but Harper's going to have something to say about that. Deep left and gone. That one got out of here in a hurry. A line shot cuts the lead in half. It is now a 2-1 game, as Harper will touch them all on his solo shot. Cole would be done after that. I decided to turn to the bullpen. Felipe Rivero coming on now. Cole had gotten up to 112 pitches. Probably shouldn't have been in the game at that point, but he was pitching so well I wanted to get him the shutout. It does not come back to bite us in the butt, as Rivero ends up inducing the fly out there from Daniel Murphy, and we secure the win. We move 1 game ahead of Washington with 1 game to play. So game 162 will decide it all. If we win, we move on. to the NL wildcard game against the San Francisco Giants. If we lose, there will be a game 163, effectively making this a 5-game series. This is pretty much turned into a best of 3. Kind of crazy how this ended up working out, especially, you know, just this being the team that we're playing the last game of the year, and the fact that it's a 4-game series, which you don't see too often to end off a season. But here we go, game 162. Tanner Roark will get the nod for the Nationals. 3.41 ERA this year. He was solid in their rotation, and it is Andrew McCutchen with 2 down in the first. He strikes out on the high 2-seamer. So Roark steady so far, but it's Ivan Nova who had a spectacular season for us in his 2nd season with the Pirates. First full season, only 28 walks on the year as opposed to 144 strikeouts. Typical Nationals lineup for them today, and let's see what Nova can do facing Rendon with 2 balls and 2 strikes on him. 94 miles an hour on the fastball. Rendon goes down swinging, and now Harper's turn with 2 down. Another 2-2 count. He goes down on the fastball. That one rearing up to 95, 96, and Nova looking strong early now with a man on in the 2nd and 1 man down. That is worth blooping this one to right field. McCutchen on the run. He overruns it, and it goes off of his glove. Everyone is going to be safe, and it's now 1st and 2nd with 1 man out. Nova running into a little bit of trouble. His defense not doing him any favors. Now the bases are loaded for Chris Heisey. Full count. He goes down on the fastball. 2 down in the inning. Next batter is going to be the number 9 man, the pitcher, Tanner Roark, with 2 strikes on him. The 2-2 count. That is going to be a curveball in there for strike 3. So Nova escapes the jam on to the top half of the 3rd after a 1-out walk. It's Ivan Nova making that back-to-back walks. Roark losing his command a little bit right here. Starlin Marte is up next. He's got 3 balls on him, and he walks. That slider could not catch the corner. So 3 straight walks for the Pirates have given them some life here in the top half of the 3rd. Bases loaded, 1 man down for Alan Hansen. He goes down on the curveball. Couldn't put that one in play. 2 down for McCutchen. A full count on the former center fielder. He's going to fly this one to pretty deep center field, but it will not be deep enough. That is going to be caught out there by Heisey, and that will retire the side. So on to the bottom half of the 3rd. Harper up. We've had his number pretty much these first, or at least this first game and a half or so, and he strikes out once again there on the high fastball. Now Lowry's turn in the top half of the 4th with 1 strike on him. He's going to rip that one into center field for a base knock. Lowry doing Jed Lowry things there as he moved up to second base on a wild pitch. So it's Josh Harrison. He's going to hit that one back up the middle for a base hit, and this should be good enough to get Lowry home, and it will be. Heisey's throw goes to second, and the Pirates are on the board first here as they take a 1-0 lead. Now Matt Wieters up in the bottom half of the 4th. He goes down on the changeup out of the zone right there. Nova getting through 4 so far, no runs allowed. And now on to the top half of the 5th. It's McCutchen bouncing this one off the foot of Roark. He could not make a clean play on it. Toss to first, will not be in time. McCutchen reaches. Now the next batter is Polanco. He's going to ground this one to the first baseman. Lynn tags the bag for 1. Throw to second is dropped by the shortstop, Trey Turner. McCutchen is safe. And now it's an RBI opportunity for Jed Lowry, and he takes advantage. Another base hit back up the middle. McCutchen rounding 3rd, headed for home. Heisey's throw is going to be offline, and that will allow a run to score. So it's a 2-0 lead now for Pittsburgh. Harrison up next. He grounds this one pretty hard to the 3rd baseman, but stabbed by Rendon. Throw to first in time. On to the bottom half of the 6th now. It's Harper up once again. His 3rd strikeout of the afternoon, this time on the changeup. And now, bottom of the 7th, leading things off, it is Adam Lynn. 2 strikes on him. That's another strikeout on the changeup right there. Nova still dominating as this Pirates pitching has really stifled this Nationals offense the last couple of days. They scored 10 runs in game number 2 of the series, but only have 1 in the last game. And I guess this is the 8th inning, so game in 7 innings or so. Now, some life here for Washington. That is a leadoff base hit. And then Zimmerman getting things going also as he hits that one back up the middle. So 2 men aboard now for Washington in this bottom half of the 8th. That would do it for Nova. We're going to turn to our closer, Tony Watson, putting him in a high leverage spot here facing the top part of this Washington lineup. It's Trey Turner laying down a bunt. That is going to be picked up by Lowry. He decides to go to first after pumping the throw to second. Everyone's going to be safe. Rendon's turn now, 3-1 count. That misses for ball 4. Watson walks home a run. Bases are still loaded now for Harper, 3-2 count. That's ball 4, and another run comes home. Just like that, this game is tied. And the next batter is Daniel Murphy, the 3-2 count. He flies this one to left field. Should be playable for Polanco, but also should be plenty deep enough to get the run home. And it will be. Just like that, Washington takes a 3-2 lead. Watson still not out of it yet. That is going to get by the catcher there. and that is going to get another run home. It's a 4-2 game now. Now, Clint Robinson would be retired. We would put in Felipe Rivero with 2 down in the inning. It is Matt Wieters up. That one gets by the glove of the diving Josh Harrison. 1 run is going to score. Another will be held at third. It's a 5-2 game now. Washington with a 5-run 8th so far. Brian Goodwin up next. Can Rivero finally get out of it? No, he cannot. That one is going to find center field. Another run home for Washington, and it's 6-2 now. Rivero facing Joey Butler. Full count. Finally, he is out of the jam. A strikeout with the fastball right there, but we head to the 9th down by 4 runs, and Harrison is our last chance. He rips one to deep left field. That ball is gone. So Josh Harrison not giving up just yet. A solo shot makes it a 3-run game. Josh Bell's turn now. Can he keep the rally going with 2 down? That one is stabbed by the pitcher. Throw to first in time. And Washington has forced a game 163. So by taking 3 out of the 4 games in this series, they even up the wild card standings. And we will have to compete in a game 163 to decide who moves on to the NL wild card game. Both teams finishing at 83 and 79. And there you can see it. We simulate forward 1 more day. We've got our game 163 matchup. Scheduled pitching matchup is Tyon versus Joe Ross. We have a couple of different options for guys we can start that game, so I'm not committing to anyone just yet. Thanks for watching. Hope you did enjoy, and hope you guys are excited for game 163. That will be coming out soon.